Yes, YouTube, it's your boy Farhan and Shiraz. We're here today to give our thoughts and predictions on UFC 259. It's a hell of a stat card from the main to the prelims to the early prelims. It is fucking stacked to the max. What's your take on it, Maggie?
I mean, main event, the biggest fight that we're going to probably see this year. It's for I don't know, the fifth double champion, if I'm right in saying so. I don't know who comes out on top though. It's a tough
Yeah,
one.
if you talk about after the
Since it's
Irish
been
football,
officially, since
then
it's been
yeah,
officially recognised, since it's been officially, I know in the past there has been people that have had a belt
yeah,
and won a fight, but they've not been recognised. But officially talking, fifth double
yeah.
champ. But it's a tough one. Adesanya is still undefeated in his professional MMA career. 20-0, I believe, is professional fight record. Whereas
Yeah.
Jan Blachowicz, on the other hand, he has had a
Well,
couple of defeats, but
yeah, yeah, I love the couple. That's the thing. That's the thing. Go on, Henry. I'll let you finish your prediction up before I jump in. Go on, lad.
like the nickname that he's been given. Well, the name that's associated to him is Polish Power. You never know with the guy like when
Yeah,
he's going to turn up. Prime example, John Jones versus Dominic Reyes. It was a hell of a fight that the both men had.
yeah.
But then we obviously seen what went down with Jan and Dominic Reyes when they were fighting for the vacant belt. What's your thoughts?
Fucking nasty. That's the thing. 1 punch glory. Yeah. Obviously, Israel, like you were saying, he's undefeated in his professional career. Well, other MMA, kickboxer, whatever, I think he got knocked spark out in kickboxing, innit?
I believe so. I think he's suffered a defeat in
Yeah,
kickboxing.
Israel. Obviously, Jan Mahovic, what, has he lost 4 fights, is it?
His record, he's lost 8 fights
Jan,
in his professional
eight
career.
fights.
8 fights.
8 fights, but that's the thing again. Obviously, they can play in your favor big time. Because obviously you learn from your losses there. You learn
Definitely.
from your losses, and if he's gone ahead and lost some fights to fighters, and then gone ahead and beaten them fighters after, that's better for him because he's avenged the losses. So technically, he's never lost if you look at it that way. If he has avenged all his losses. On the other hand, if he hasn't, then I mean he hasn't, but like that's the thing. It's light heavyweight, yeah. Israel
Uh,
is stepping up massive. It is only 20 pounds, but compared to the middleweights, like the light heavy punch, a lot different. Like Chael Sonnen, yeah, he was a mint fighter in the way. Well, he fought for the belt. All right, he fought for the belt in light heavy as well, but light heavy, that guy was getting fucked up. Yeah, like his power was left at middleweight. Light heavy had no match at all for it. And like you were saying before, what based on the last fight, Jan Bohovic, he fucked up Dominic Reyes there. Dominic Reyes won the full 5 rounds with Jones, and Jones is arguably the GOAT. He's the GOAT, people say. And obviously, he went full 5 rounds with him. Some people say Reyes should have took it. Some people say draw. Some people say Jones. So it's 50-50. It's nothing like one sided to Jones
no,
or whatever. And obviously, based on Israel's fight, his last fight was against Costa, innit? That
yeah, it
guy
was.
was he was the hyper juice box, yeah. That mofo, yeah. He'll fucking bomb chum them. And
Yeah,
then
I mean,
obviously go on, go ahead.
Costa obviously had
Go.
his undefeated record as well, but
Yeah,
he has fought a couple of people in the past that made you think, oh
yeah.
yeah, maybe this guy's got something different about him, but clearly not when it
Now
came to
but then
Costa fighting.
again, that's the thing,
Yeah.
like Costa, yeah, I don't get it. I don't get how records work, Like Israel, all right, it was in kickboxing, which is kind of different, yeah. But
Okay.
on the Ultimate Fighter, I forgot what season it was, but it was Sonnen and what is it called? Wanderlei Silver. They were the coaches, and Costa was on Wanderlei team, but Costa he ended up getting beat, yeah, and that didn't go against his name. So
Mm,
obviously, I don't get how
I'm not too sure how it goes.
people like
Yeah,
the records go down. I don't get it. But yeah,
what about
look, good fight. Like going off Israel, obviously, like I was saying, he beat Costa, beat
that? Uh-huh.
Whitaker, he beat Yoel.
Yeah.
Like he, yeah, he had good fights. But like, if you're gonna like, for Israel to be Jan Blachowicz, I think he'll need to. I, I can't see Jan Blachowicz getting knocked out or
I mean,
TKO'd. I just
you say
can't see it.
it is a different sort of weight class. That's what it
Yeah,
is like for the belts or two
yeah,
weight
yeah,
champions. But now we say Israel doesn't have power, and that's exactly what
yeah,
Costa called him out for. But correct me if I'm wrong, it was a TKO that, well, stoppage
yeah,
from the referee because Costa got rocked. In terms of
yeah,
Whitaker, I believe Adesanya rocked Whitaker as well. We all know Whitaker is not an easy guy to be looking at. In
yeah.
fact, the next fight is Whitaker Costa, and both men arguably
Hey,
hard
leave
hit.
that for another video. End the
All right,
topic, yeah.
we'll come back to that another time. But yeah, no, in terms of Adesanya, it's always been he looks dead skinny. He doesn't have the power, but he does have that technical
Yeah.
ability, as
Yeah,
he's proven.
John Lennon that way as well. But this is just my take on it. In order, if Adesanya was to win, I can't see him TKOing or knocking out Jan Blachowicz. But Jan Blachowicz, I can see him knocking Israel the spark out of this world. That's
Yeah,
the thing. All
he's going in it. He's going into Jan's sort of territory. That's what Jan has
yeah,
always trained for. And out of the two
like,
men, Israel does have, I believe, the advantage on reach. So he's slightly taller and he's got bigger
but,
reach as
yeah,
well.
but
But it's the power in the
slightly. It's ever so slightly in it because Jan
2 inches,
Blachowicz is fucking huge. Yeah,
two
two
two inches.
inches. It's a tiny bit, but Jan
Mm,
Blachowicz is a big mofo as well. The thing is about Israel, like, alright, he TKO'd his opponent, they didn't knock them spark out.
oh yeah,
Like,
definitely.
Jan Blachowicz knocked Dominic Reyes spark out. And Dominic Reyes was arguably the best man in that division, even with Jones, because like I said earlier, a lot of men what they gave the UFC criticism for giving Jones the win. A lot of men
Against him.
shit on that.
Whereas, yeah, it was a controversial. So, like you said, people have it going Jones's way,
Yeah.
people have it going Reyes' way, people have it as a draw. But I guess that's not our job to decide. We can only have a certain amount of input. It's
Anyway,
the
what's your prediction? Because I don't know if we made it clear, but what do you think?
it's a tough one. Like honestly, like the way it's looking with Adesanya and everything, I wouldn't mind seeing him maybe take an L over the weekend. But the way it's being promoted, it's clear that the fans and the UFC, so maybe Uncle Dana himself, they want Adesanya as the fifth double champ. He is the one that's making the tweets and the headlines saying, "Can Adesanya be the fifth double champ?" No one, I've not
It's
seen one
fine.
come from like UFC saying like it's going to be Yan coming out on top. But you
It's
never know.
fine. But in our previous video, when we done the champion prediction, like said Israel would be the light heavyweight champ at the end of the
Mm,
year. I I don't know, because if, like I said, if it goes this legend Israel all day, but Jan Blachowicz can pull that punch out. Yeah.
at any
If
point,
I'm going on off the older past fights, I'm gonna say
mm,
Israel this. That's
Israel
what
is
I'm
still
going.
to win. Yeah, no, in
That's
terms of
what
Israel getting actually hit in terms of like full power, even in like middleweight, I think the best
yeah,
probably punch I think someone land on him is maybe like Whitaker.
yeah,
Even though, but it actually went into Israel's sort of it was like in the last 10 seconds before the fight was called off. But yeah, if Jan can pull it off, like if he can get into Israel's sort of personal space, then we may have a Polish double champ on our hands on the weekend. But
maybe we will, maybe we will.
um,
Who
can we move
will
on to
see? Hey, what you making of Amanda Nunes and Megan Anderson?
um, it's a tough one because Megan Anderson is she's an established sort of fighter, and Amanda Nunes is as well. But out of the two, I probably reckon Nunes coming out on top. I just think she has more skill
Obviously,
to.
you've got to look at Nunes. She is the GOAT.
Yeah,
Well, the women's GOAT.
she has
She,
helped the division come a long way.
like, what sort of a UFC career was up and down, yeah.
Yeah,
But then, ever since she got that, is it, who did she fight again? Was it Misha Tate or Holly Holm?
which
I
fight are you
forgot.
referring to?
Anyway, whatever. Whoever she fought for the belt, she just
Misha
fucked them. And then she started going on a rampage.
Misha
Like just
Tate.
yeah, like she went just annihilating everyone. They even brought back Ronda Rousey to see if she could do anything. She
Yeah,
fucked Ronda Rousey up. Yeah,
no, no.
I'm
She
like,
is been a while since she's suffered a defeat. I think it's going back
yeah,
to about September 2014. So if she can continue that run,
yeah,
it would be amazing to see. And on the other hand, I don't know
yeah.
about
Anyway,
this.
Nunes, TKO round one. Well, give it to about halfway 2:30ish. What are you
2:30.
saying? Yeah.
I don't know. I got a feeling maybe second round. Nunes going second round, but I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have
No. Anyway, moving on then. Peter Yan, and I can't see his first name. I'm sorry, whatever it is, Sterling.
Aljamain Sterling.
Yeah, Aljamain, whatever, however you say that. Anyway, who are you going?
Let's have a look.
And to be honest, I'll go. Yeah, I'll go ahead.
Go on.
It's a tough cookie because like Peter Yan looking at it, what he won a vacated belt against
Hmm.
the against the old washed up man. Yeah, he needs to retire because Aldo was already going on a loss against the Marlon Mariah, I believe. He was going on a loss against him already. And then when he fought Peter Yan, I'm not gonna lie, Aldo looked like he was fucking dying. That guy was so skinny, he looked like he was gonna pass out. So for this one, I'm gonna probably go with Sterling because Peter Yan, he's been alright before that. I mean, been alright before that, but last fight against Aldo, obviously he dominated Aldo. I expected
Yeah.
him to do that because Aldo, like I said, he did was strong. Yeah, nothing
I'm gonna
wrong,
have to
nothing.
go opposite on this one. I reckon it's going to be Peter Yan retaining his belt against Sterling on the weekend. Overall, like Peter Yan, we've seen him fight a few people before Aldo, like Uriah Faber and Jimmy Rivera. But thing that got to me was in the Aldo fight. He, yeah, arguably fought an older man, but he's still one of the what should we say established names. Like it's still a good name
Yeah,
to
he's
have
got a
in
big
sort
name.
of career.
Yeah,
But the thing was, in terms of strikes, Peter Yan landed. He had over double what Aldo did. Yeah, arguably it wasn't Aldo's sort of. It's not his peak sort of time, is it? Now he's sort of on the way out, but I can see Peter Yan retaining. In terms of how he's going to win, probably TKO again, but I don't know, maybe like third round TKO for Peter Yan, similar to what it was.
Similar to although just took a beating that fight though. He
Mm,
wasn't even in that fight, yeah, he got fucked up
yeah,
from minute one.
it's not the same Aldo that we've seen in the past, is it?
So you going with Peter Yan?
I'm gonna go with Peter
TKO?
Yan, TKO with this one. Yeah. How
I
about
think
yourself?
I'll just be boring though. Still in decision, yeah. I'm boring guy.
All right.
Anyway, moving on. Islam and Drew. Who you picking?
um, Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know about this Drew person, unfortunately. So I will back my boy Islam on this fight.
Yeah,
In terms of technical ability and what he brings to the division, I think Islam
yeah.
could see another
He
win
got
for him.
technical ability. I think
Mm,
both Islam, I know he's got one loss to his name. I think Drew has one no contest. Not too sure where that was from. But yeah, Islam, I would say, because people are saying he's, well, obviously can't compare him, but people are saying he's got similar abilities to Habib. Obviously, can't compare them, but yeah,
No,
people are
I don't know. Obviously, there's a lot of people that come out of the same sort of training camp as Habib does, but I'm not sure if I've heard that associated with Islam. But you see some sort of Habib in there. I don't think the ground game is as strong. I don't think anyone's ground game will ever be as strong as Habib.
yeah,
Um,
no
but
one
yeah,
does.
yeah, there's some similarities between the two
Yeah,
men. But like I said, I'll have to go with Islam coming out on top.
yeah, I'm gonna go with some decision, I think, again.
You think
But
decision?
the next fight is no decision guaranteed. Thiago Alves and Alexander Rocket. What you saying?
Say, you mean Thiago Santos?
Yeah, I said Thiago Santos,
I thought
the
you said
silver.
I don't know.
Oh
I thought you
no,
said, but I don't know. Like Thiago Santos over the years, he's sort of how should I put it? I don't know. He's coming off what two back-to-back losses against Jones and
yeah,
then over. Um,
but
could he
you
redeem it?
gotta look. Go ahead.
He does hold a win over the current light heavyweight champion, Jan. So it's clearly sort of rooting for him. But I don't know. What's your take on it?
You have got to look at his win last fight. I mean, he fought and lost against what was it? Who did he fight again? Glover Teixeira. That was the proper good fight, but you got to look at Glover Teixeira. He's a veteran, and Glover Teixeira was saying, because obviously Thiago Santos' nickname is the Sledgehammer. And
Mm,
Glover Teixeira kept saying every punch this mofo landed felt like a sledgehammer directly to my fucking face. So yeah, he's
tells you a lot.
nasty,
Yeah, he's a nasty hitter. But
nasty man. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Thiago Santos.
what's going on?
Probably K. I think I don't know about KOs. Well, we've got to look at the other guy how good his chin is.
Mm, let's have a look. I mean, most of his fights have been decision. Uh,
Decision.
he's
But
had
no.
he's had two KO slash TKOs, but he
But
seems to have.
who's the decision been again that they fought any top lands?
Who's actually in the top 10 at the minute?
Just a
Uh,
second. Just a second. In the top 10. In the top 10. There you go. There's the list anyway.
Have a look.
Top 10. Obviously, you've got
We,
Glover.
yo,
He was screaming for a fight. Well, it was, I think, supposedly a rematch because Jan Blachowicz and Reyes didn't fight. At the time they fought after Teixeira beat Santos. Obviously, Santos second, Reyes that dropped third. Then I didn't even know this. Alexander Rakic is fourth. I
should be a
didn't have
tough
a
fight.
clue.
Yeah. Tough fight
Yeah, I
between
didn't.
Santos and Rakic. Yeah. But no, in terms of top 10, our man
Yeah,
Rakic, he's taken a loss against number 8 Volkan. Apart from that, I don't believe he's fought anyone else in the top 10. Well, top 15 even as it currently stands. He's
yes,
fought Jim Manua, but he won. He got, I believe, performance of the night for that fight. But apart from
yeah,
that, he's not fought anyone else.
yeah.
Oh, wait, my bad.
I
He's
don't
fought
know
Anthony.
then. What?
His last fight was Anthony Smith, number 6 ranked.
Yeah.
Ranked.
Anthony Smith, not bad. He's alright fighter. But if
Mm.
I was to go off the thing is what is it? Thiago Santos' previous wins and
Mm-hmm.
all that. I would be saying a KO. I think Santos will get a KO on him. I think.
I think that's a
Give
fair
it
decision. Yeah,
near the end of the fight, I would say. Because end of the fight, say the heavy fighters
yeah.
like heavyweight, they tend to start rushing. Because say if the other person's going, most likely losing the fight, they'll try go for a quick KO or whatnot. And yeah, I can see it. And in late
Just
rounds, I would say.
just checking previous fights. Both men have fought Anthony Smith, so number 6th rank. Difference being, Thiago Santos got a second round TKO or KO, whereas our man Alexander Rakic he got a unanimous decision at the end of the fight. Obviously, so clearly it's difference between the two men. But that fight between Santos did happen nearly 2 years ago. Actually, about a year and a half before our man Rakic fought. So a bit of time between it, but nothing. I don't think that's going
Yeah,
to cause changes to a person's fight career.
yeah, yeah. Anyway, moving on to the prelims. Never thought I'd see this day. Never,
Yo,
ever,
this
ever.
one, my boy Farhan's biggest names, one of his favorite
My
names in the
boy
UFC.
Dominic Cruz fucking headlining prelim. You ever
He would
thought I'm
have
more
fought.
for headlining prelim?
What can I say?
Fucking
What can I say? Triple C just done him over. Nasty, you sent him to where he deserves to be.
fucking like that's the thing. Or even he's fighting Cassie Kenny. Like
Hmm.
just a minute, I'll go on the rankings. Like, cause yeah, I'll see where Cruz is actually wrong.
Dominic Cruz is 11th ranked.
I can't believe that. You've got to look at it. What last fight he fought? Yeah, last fight
Hmm.
against what is it called? Triple C. Triple C was the flipping champ. Triple
Mm-hmm.
C was the pound for pound. Well, he was one of the top pound for pound, I'm sure, at that time. He's the double champ. Well, he was, yeah, he was the double champ, actually. He had to fight, he fought Cruz. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
Cruz, order for Cruz to be good, obviously, he must be a top contender. So no way I would rank him at 11 there. If
You've
anything,
got to bear in
I'd
mind,
have to say, go on, go ahead.
Yeah, it has been a while since we've seen Cruz in action before he went ahead
Yeah,
to UFC.
but then you
Like, a lot can happen in between the.
yeah,
I think
but then you go go ahead. Sorry, go ahead, go ahead.
his last fight before Triple C was Cody Garbrandt, and that was back in December of 2016. So now, what,
That was
5 years on, you can't be expecting.
time
You
back.
can't be expecting.
But this is the thing, save that Cruz and Triple C fight went the other way around.
hmm,
What Cruz obviously he'll be the champion.
yeah,
He'll be the champion. So like if you look at the actual fight, I will a dead close fight. You can argue for that fight as well that the stoppage was wrong because Cruz kept making the argument that if I'm making my way up off the ground, how the fuck am I knocked out? That don't make sense. If I'm getting up, why are you gonna stop the fight? Like,
no,
if for me, if you look at it that way, like the bad decision, like the fight could have should have kept going on.
they should have done, but
Yeah,
that's the thing though. It didn't end up going um, in favor of Dominic Cruz winning. Now, if you want to see like another example, you've got Conor McGregor, who was the champ, but then came.
fuck
What
that
was it?
guy. You're
Three,
comparing him to
three-year gap,
Dominic.
3 year gap between them, and if you still look, even after taking the loss,
Remember, you're comparing McGregor to he's not worthy champ. Tell me
where
when that most one title defense, he's not fucking worthy champ.
no, that's
All the
totally
champions,
totally
all
fine.
the
But bear in mind,
Peter Yan, Peter Yan is well, and Jan Behov is then new in the game, but
hmm,
everyone else has a title defense. Yeah, that's the
but that's
thing.
what I was going to say. That's the thing. He decided to take leave at the wrong time, even
Yeah,
though there was still arguably, well, not even arguably, a proven better man than him in the division. So maybe he could have
yeah.
been top dog after Habib even, but still, um, he's still sat in, what is it? I think he's sixth in rankings at the minute for lightweight for McGregor. So for him to go vacant on the belt, Habib to win it, take the loss against Habib, and then take another loss against Dustin, and still be ranked, it tells you that there's obviously, the longer it goes without any sort of success in the division, obviously the more gap there is, the harder it is for you to prove it. Now again, it would have been a different story against Poirier if he'd won. He wouldn't have been ranked sixth as
But
he currently is.
then again, going off what you just said, how long was he out for when he returned and fought Habib? He was out for what, 2 years we talking?
I believe it was 2 years because he had his boxing time between, didn't
Anyway, this shit ain't about McGregor. Fucking
he?
yeah. We
It
only
was
talk
two
about
years.
we only talk about real fighters on this show, yeah. He ain't a real fighter. Anyway, my boy Joseph Benavidez dropped to the prelims as well. Fuck is happening.
Who's that? Sorry.
Joseph Benavidez, was it flyweight
Oh,
to the prelims as well.
uh,
Can't
is he
believe it.
an actor? Isn't
But he glad it looked some down there on there, like against what I think he fought Dimitri London 2 or 3 times. Obviously, that did look like because Dimitri London, he was the pound for pound fighter. He was next level Dimitri London. Obviously, one expected Judler Benavidez dropped all the way down there. Because,
no.
like, he has been going on bad run, he has been going on bad run. So I ain't really expected. But oh well, he got
Yeah,
himself together now. Get
yeah, and I
himself.
think the last two fights were against, I believe, the division champion Davison, but he lost both. This was before
Yeah,
Davison had the belt, and then after Davison had the
yeah.
belt as well. Apparently. So
Did
I don't know.
Davidson figure it out a lot? He's shown in the good jump. He's
Mm.
shown in the jump. But like I said in my prediction, Brandon Moreno, yeah, all about him. All about him. One last fight before we call it quits, yeah. Tim Elliott is fucking what is it, headlining the early prelim. Not even the prelim league. Can't make the prelims.
So you're
Fucking
telling me
early.
you're just purely devastated at where your fighters from the olden days have reached now, the levels that they're at.
Like 4 or 5 years ago, this guy won the Ultimate Fighter, and that Ultimate Fighter that he won was
Mm.
the champion of Champions Zealand. There were what, about 10, 11 champions from all different organizations, and he just annihilated them.
All
He's
of
a
them.
millionaire. And then he went on to fight Dimitri London, who, like I said, was the best pound for pound at the time. Obviously, it was a real close fight. I think he lost by 2, 3 points. Yeah, it's a real close fight. But obviously, Tim Elliott, he landed ups and downs. Like, I think after Dimitri London, I forgot who he fought, but I'm sure he lost that fight. Then only last year, what, he had 3 fights last year. He
Mhm.
lost 2 of them, and I think he's going on 1 win streak.
Yeah,
So
spot on.
obviously, yeah, like that shit's fair. Yeah,
In
obviously,
nine,
my man, but like, I don't get the Dominic Cruz scenario because you gotta look at like Tim Elliott, Joseph Benavidez. Them not haven't been champions. All right, they've been close to the belt. Well, Tim Elliott was close to it just one time. Well, Joseph Benavidez was close to it 3, 4 times. Yeah. Obviously, you've got to look at it like that, but Dominic Cruz was champ for time. Then
before.
finally, some more for Cody Garbrandt, who I think got lucky in that fight. If you go off stats, Dominic Cruz dominated the fight. Uh, like judges, like, they don't fucking crack. What can I say?
There's,
What
there's
can
obviously
I
the
say?
quality of the fight game and stats. Like on paper, a guy could have like a lot more strikes, but if he doesn't have no takedowns and the other person got takedown, then there's different sort of weighing systems, isn't there, to how they're going to
Yeah.
decide who the winner is. But yeah, no, it clearly shows what UFC thinks of the flyweight at the minute. Like they've got the number 2 person, Joseph versus number 3 ranked Askar, and they've got them in the prelims. Just says a lot of what the flyweight has to offer at the minute.
That's why the flyweight is washed up. There needs to be some new fighters because Joel Benavidez, like, to even consider him, like you just said, he's top 3, yeah.
Mm,
He's been in the game for long, too long now. Thing is, about 10, over 10 years, easy, I'm sure. He's old
sure, so,
bastard. Old
but he's still
bastard.
in 2 ranked, so clearly he's doing something right. So
Yeah,
I
he's
think his
doing
first
something.
fight in the UFC was back in 2008.
He's either doing something right or the flyweights are just fucking shit.
Well, he's
Yeah.
he's
Anyway,
primarily the big names. If you look at it over
go ahead.
there. But I don't know, like yeah, like you say, he's been in the UFC since 2008. So
Yes.
before it was you in the UFC, to be honest.
Anyway, yeah, shall I sign off?
Then we should end it there.
So yeah, Sunday will come with what Kamara Usman who is fighting next potentially. Then early next week we'll obviously get talk about the fight recap, reaction not, and then yeah we have to make a video dedicated to my boy comes up to my job. Rest in peace,
Heartbreaking,
Baba. He also
heartbreaking.
died. Yeah. Hasn't died yet.
Heartbreaking news coming from his end, but we'll see what Uncle Dana and him can agree to over the sort of next few weeks.
Anyway, this has been your boy Farhan and Shiraz. UFC Talk Point signing up.